Welcome to Done Deal.
You did it wrong. It's welcome to Dundee-o. No, I can't do
Hey,
that. I don't have that high voice.
hey, come on now. Let me shake it up a little. Big Man's not complaining. I did it fine.
Yeah, I understand.
Man, everybody's a critic.
Everybody, everybody.
Ah.
Haters got hate. Haters gotta hate.
Wow, Son of Sound, thank you very much. Welcome everybody to the room. Looks like a
Yes, welcome.
great crowd tonight.
I wonder why, Tiger. Why do we have a great crowd tonight? On top of the fact that we already have an amazing crowd, but why is the crowd just slightly bigger this week? What do you think?
Well, I think they're probably really excited that, well, let's just launch into talk then. They're probably really excited to see that you surpassed another million. Now, before y'all go correcting me, I know the graphic's wrong. Joe surpassed 31 million. The reason I'm showing you this one is because this is last week's graphic. You know what that means? A million hits in 1 week.
Yes, 1 million hits in 1 week.
Uh-huh. Crazy.
It's insanity.
So, so I'm sure that's part of the excitement.
Yes,
But
that's
the rest of the excitement might have to do with some Mad Murdoch that will be given away tonight, right?
That's right. And Tiger, I'm just realizing what you're telling me. I'm just going through the paces, realizing what you're saying to me. I mean, it just hit me in the head.
I know.
I did a million hits in a week.
I know. Well, you
One,
didn't. All the people did.
well, my site did a million hits in a week.
Yes, sirree. Oh, thank you. All right, all right. We usually talk about vape mail at the top of the show, but y'all are talking about my glasses, so I'm just gonna own up. I did not get really anything to speak of vape mail wise this week. Replacement heads, boring stuff, nothing you want to see. But it's official. The reading glasses that you guys have been teasing me about for months that I use for building, I finally went to the optometrist and they told me I have a touch of astigmatism and yeah, that it's definitely time for some reading glasses. I hate to admit it, but these things are awesome. It looks, like I can read my screen all the time, no problem, but everything gets like super crystal clear. I feel like I'm 25 again. It's awesome.
It's funny. I think most of us, including myself, don't care how they work. They look sexy, Mrs. Crabtree. They look really, really good. And when I come down there, you're going to have to wear them all the time, every day of the week.
Well, as long as you're like in this range, because I'm not supposed to wear them to drive or anything like that. I still have excellent driving vision, and I'm not that old, but and they are. When I told you guys, you got to let me tell you this. When I told Joe that I went to the optometrist and that they gave me a prescription and they were doing up these reading glasses for me, and he says, "Oh, they're going to be, they're going to have the second lens in them." He was basically telling me they were doing me bifocals. I'm like, "Look, buddy, I ain't nobody's grandma. Give me a break." So, and they are not. Check it, not bifocals. Oh, thank you very much.
Tiger's over is over 25. We'll just say this: Tiger is. No, I'm not gonna say I forgot. We'll just say Tiger is my elder. That's all. We'll say nothing more than that. Nothing more than that.
Yeah. So you'd think I'd be deserving of some respect.
She is my elder, and I must respect my elder. Now, tonight we have a special giveaway. Done Deal never does giveaways. We hold over, right now we got 185 in the room. Our usual is about 120, 130 people, and we have zero giveaways. Zero giveaways, which proves that you can still have a big vaping show at 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and have no giveaways.
It proves people love deals.
Right. Now, but we are today giving a special gift away to our viewers because TygerTyger's VaporJoe's Canada has reached 1 year old. Officially, was it the 25th, baby?
It was the 25th. Last Sunday, we officially turned 1 year old, and we did a little reminiscing last week. It's hard to imagine but in some ways, it seems like the year has flown by. I can't believe it's, been that much. And in other ways, as it is in the vaping community, it's like so much has happened in that year. It's like, what? It's only a year?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like time has no meaning here. In the vape community, it's a time warp.
Yeah, it blew me away when she was like, "Hey Joe, you know what's coming?" I'm like, anniversary. I'm thinking like hour, like something like what, like because when women do that, people are like, am I getting in trouble? Like something, you're setting me up, aren't you?
And macaroni. The answer is yes. But the anniversary I'm talking about is actually the anniversary of VaporJoe's Canada. VaporJoe's Original Deals and Steals blog has been around, coming close to 2 years now. It'll be 2 years at the end of the summer, right, Joe?
August, in August.
In
I don't
August.
remember.
Okay, so end of summer.
Early.
And we launched VaporJoe's Canada, the Canadian arm, and international reach for VaporJoe's last May 25th. So yeah, the anniversary is VaporJoe's. And Joe is in New Jersey. It is confusing.
It's a Jersey thing.
It's a Jersey thing and a West Coast represent.
Yeah, no, we have about 190 rooms, so it's a little bigger crowd than normal, but we are giving this away today. This. Now, what is this? Well, to give you an example of what this is, I have to put a 30 ml bottle up to it. That's a 30 ml bottle up against this bottle here.
Hold it lower, Joe. The top of the bottle is disappearing. It's just, people, it's a pint, okay? It's a pint of mellow melange, okay?
Now, this was given to me by Watch from VapingWatch.com. He he gave me a package he gave me 8 of these here. Not these exact flavors, but he gave me one of all his juices. Well, I'm certainly not going to keep them because I have enough juice to kill a horse. So we figured, what the hell, we'll just give them away. Mellow Melange is the easiest to tolerate, the most palatable of all the juices, in my opinion, from Mad Murdoch. To me, it tastes like almost like a spicy apple pie. I don't know, Tiger, what do you get from it?
I get that kind of lightly spiced apple pie-ish. But the conundrum with this juice is there is no apple in it. There is no pear in it. There is nothing apple-ish, I guess, that we usually think of to bring out those flavors. So it's a little bit of a mystery, and it is a seasonal treat. So this is even harder to get your hands on than a lot of the Murdoch juices, which are in high demand.
Now, Tiger always told me the the art of making juice is to confuse the person vaping the juice. Do you remember saying that to me? Or some words, like paraphrasing you?
To keep people guessing, and I wouldn't necessarily say it's the art. I mean, there are good flavors that are one flavor, simple, identifiable, and they're just straight yummy. But some of the most interesting juices are the ones that you absolutely can't put your finger on, and every time you taste it, it's like, oh, it's got this in it, and next time it's, oh, it's got this in it, and
Yep. Now, how we know there's no apple or pear in this is because Nitro vaped this. Now, if you know Nitro, he has a horrible allergic reaction to fruit pectins. If he vapes anything apple, he has to bust out the EpiPen.
Well, Nitro's living proof, but Murdoch himself has told us straight up there's no apple and no pear.
Well, yeah, but, he, as the juice maker, he could be, fibbing just so nobody knows his recipe. So we gave it to Nitro as the I guess you would call it the guinea pig, make sure, and we gave it to him, and he did not have a reaction. So we definitely know there's no fruit pectin in this, and it definitely has, to me, a apple pie filling with a little spice, and I have no idea how he's doing it. So I sit here and just wonder and enjoy it. And this is a seasonal flavor, so you won't see this for a while. You'll get it back in the fall. So one lucky winner will win this huge bottle. This is a 16-ounce bottle, which is each ounce is 30 ml. So you're looking at 16 30 milliliter bottles. This bottle is worth well over $300. So you're looking at 16 30 ml bottles. They go for $22 a piece. So just do the math.
Mm-hmm.
And this will last the average vapor quite a few months.
Yes, even if you share. It is just the lighting PDX dash. It's not a copper. I've got some darker lighting at my desk to relax me in the evening, and it's actually the satin silver you're looking at there. This is an older one, but it's been upgraded, and I'll tell you, they are workhorses, and I'm glad you mentioned Pro.
I was just about to say, do you have something special to...
Because, well, I told you it was a slow week for vape mail, but next week is going to be epic. Do we have a picture, or does someone have a link? Why didn't I queue this up ahead of time?
I can pull it up really quick.
I pulled the trigger. I bought myself from CEV Store here in Canada, cevstore.com, a Dragon Proberry. They are too gorgeous, and it was more than I'm accustomed to spending on myself, but I wanted one so bad since I laid eyes on them.
Whoa! What do you mean you bought yourself?
Well, okay, you've got one coming too, but that's your own deal.
We got two coming. We have two coming. Tiger was wonderful and decided to pull the trigger on one for me too, because she knew how much I wanted one. Link in the room for just a picture of what these Dragon Proberries look like. But this is the mini. We're getting the full size one. But these are absolutely gorgeous. This will be my 5th Proberry.
Which is pretty impressive for a guy that only a year ago had nothing but mockery to make of Proberry, and now you are a what would be the word? You're pro-very.
I'm pro. I can't say I'm pro. I'm pro vape. I'm pro vape. I'm pro Proberry.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, CapTac won. VaporJoe kidnapped my guard gnome and held it for ransom. Now, this just is a new trend that started in Mod Envy, this show. People were just out of nowhere were starting to say, Joe Petner stole my lawn chair and is holding it for ransom. I think this is a new trend we're going to start saying.
Okay, all right.
So, we didn't have loose vape mail week, but I have one epic piece of equipment that I got this week. It is this is the Big Nasty DNA 30. This is one of the absolute finest DNA 30s you will ever put your hands on. For those of you who had the Big Nasty, it turned out to be kind of a fizzle because the bottom switch was a little wonky. So now you can, for an extra $130, you get this top portion here of it, and it turns this into a 26650 DNA 30, and it is fan-fucking-tastic. Pardon my French. Sorry, Savvy. It's just wonderful. I put a 26650 in here, 4,000 mAh. This puppy lasts me all day. It's just fantastic. Sammy said flat top coming for it. So, well, that's nice. I'll. Now, this whole mod is at $159. This piece is $159. The Big Nasty itself is $130. For the whole setup, it's like $280. But for those of us who already had the Big Nasty and don't really use it, this top piece was a perfect match. So for that, yeah, if you want to buy the whole thing, it has been expensive, but when we bought it piecemeal, it's fully worth it. And I got some juice and stuff, but I don't really want to get into that. That's no big deal. But can't wait for those Proberries next week, Tiger.
Oh yeah, and I just wanted to respond to Crazy Glue. Apparently she's got a Proberry that is not currently operating, and she said she was hoping she could send it back, hoping it can be fixed. Okay. Crazy Glue, it's pretty much a sure thing. It can be fixed, and it is definitely worth doing.
It's $60. If you have a Pro Vari, that's, well, first off, you have to see if it's still in warranty. They do give you a 1-year warranty, and so it'll, bumper to bumper. And if it's not in warranty, the average cost is about $60 to fix.
Alrighty, and Ashley Be Good asking about the strange looking Imran 38 amp batteries. We're still waiting on some feedback on those. Now, I mean, the specs are pretty straightforward. Hopefully they actually measure up to those specs. But and Imran now, of course, has already talked about releasing a 40 amp battery. So obviously they've been working on this. So we'll wait and see. I'm anxious to. Oh, thanks, Big Bam. I'm anxious to hear.
Yeah, and it's funny because somebody says it looks like a chicken fried rice box. It does. These look
like
Chinese menu, chicken fried rice box, lo mein box. A bit of trivia. Here's a bit of trivia since we're talking about chicken fried rice boxes. Do you know where the Chinese food box came from?
No, Joe.
Anybody in the room? Anybody? You got 10 seconds. They came from Maine. Oyster boxes. They used to be used for oyster. They were oyster pails, and they were repurposed from Chinese people. Okay. Tiger's ready to punch me.
Alrighty.
Punch the shit out of me.
Oyster boxes. Who knew? Nephorus had a question about the clones whose name shall not be spoken. We'll just leave it at that. We haven't heard of any problems yet. This is one of the cases where it sort of seems to me no news is good news, because they're definitely out there already.
If you're talking about the ones, all right, the 30s?
The question was general. It wasn't specified whether it was the 20s or 30s.
All right, avoid the 20s, get the 30s. That I can tell you because I have a 20. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Okay, while you do that, Lucidius, where do you get the Dragon Pro Vari? You have to get it in store. You have to get it from a store. They are not selling them online. Pro Vapor is not selling them. They're available to stores only. So find a Pro Vape dealer.
I don't have one. Forget it. Well, I do have one. I don't know where I put it. I have the mod that should not be named in 20 watt, and out of everybody who got them, it was me, Nitro, Smokey, and a few other people. Everybody else is broke, except mine. Mine works great, and that was because they were rushed. The 30s, these are the ones that come with the window inside with the stickers from Cloudper. Those are supposed to be good. So I haven't heard anything really bad about the Cloudper or the e-cigar one, so I don't have one of those. They're also coming out with a couple tube mod versions of them. We'll talk a little bit about those later.
All right, I am just letting the folks know that there's some interest in those Dragon Pro Varis, so that's where you can get them if you're in Canada. That's where mine and Joe's are coming from, and they should be here Monday. I can hardly wait.
They probably did something smart. It is a in-store only Pro Vari, and I'm sure we're going to see lots of different new patterns.
Oh, Joe froze solid. Oh, there you are.
That will be really, really good. All right, so Tiger, it's already 20 minutes into the show.
Yes, it is. And let's see. Well, let's start with something loud and wild and crazy, because this just kind of made me giggle when I saw it, and it's a fun thing. Let's drop a link in the room. Oh yeah, that's Big Bam. You are a good mind reader, let me tell you right now. The Rainbow Steel Panzer. So if almost you had me, and you do most of the time. So you gotta let me have a few, right? This one is fun. I think the only shame of it is that when you put an atomizer on it, you cover up that blasted finish on top in the detailing, because the way that coloring looks in the detailing is just amazing as far as I'm concerned.
Now they
So
use this. They do this through heat treating the metal, correct?
that's my understanding of how this is done. And I know like people were doing a lot of coloring on the steel themselves using heat, using torches, using oven, and so forth. To achieve those higher temperatures, and there's certain, you can even get information about what color steel will turn at certain temperatures. So how they're doing this to get all the different colors, I don't truly know, and such vibrant colors, but sure looks fun.
Yeah. For those of you who are into that look, that's a very popular look. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are just going gaga over these things.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, me personally, I wouldn't use one, but I mean, that's just not because it's not my color. But there's a lot of people out there that like them. It's, if you're into that style, they have drip tips. They have, I'm shocked they haven't made yet a K-Fun in this color, or have they?
It's starting. I saw a really bright, vibrant blue K-Fun light earlier today, and we're just going to see more and more of it. Now, you can heat treat your own steel. Depending on the composition and the grade of the steel is what colors you'll achieve and what you're using to do it. And B-Boy ATL is confirming that yes, it is a heat treatment. So there you go. We've got that. Crazy glue. Fast Tech is cheap, but I'd never wait a month for something. I understand. I love a deal, so I'm a very patient person. I can wait. But I'll tell you right now, as long as you're not ordering batteries or battery-related stuff, most things we deal with, mods, atomizers, replacement heads, blah, 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 can be shipped by Canada or US e-packet. It's a small upcharge, very minimal. For me, it's $2, and here in Canada. And they will send it by e-packet, which means I'm getting orders in 9, sometimes 11 days. I mean, I'm getting orders from China faster than I can get stuff from the States in some cases.
Right,
so,
and
that.
And that's what I do too. If you're a vape mail junkie like I am, what I do is I buy small things. I'll buy a $10 mod, some drip tips, some replaceable heads of some kind, addies, blah blah. You kind of forget about them. And then you're like, and then all of a sudden you start getting vape mail every day because sometimes it takes 14 days, sometimes it takes 8 days. For me, I like buying my batteries specifically from Fast Tech because they're cheap and they're real. And people piss and moan about Fast Tech, but the reason why we pimp them is they have the best selection of mods and accessories in the world. Nobody comes close. Nobody has 10% of what Fast Tech has. Nobody has 5% of what Fast Tech has. Nobody has 2% of what Fast Tech has. And that is why we love them so much, because it's like I want a selection of 5,000 mods. I'll go to Fast Tech. And they're cheap. And I know people hate them. I know people bitch about them. They call them slow tech. But you want to know something? It's not Fast Tech that's slow. It's the shippers that are slow. So he's just put a truck. That's great.
John Q. Public, that's kind of where I'm at. I can be a very zen patient person. So, and well, obviously I love a deal. So there you go. It comes down to, patience is a virtue. But
now, just while we're on the Panzer, because you're doing these 26.650, is this an 18.650?
This one is the 18 series batteries, and I did put 18.650 on the picture, but it's a telescopic. Well, or not telescopic. It's got all the tubes, so you can take a tube out and use an 18.500, take another one out, use an 18.350. But there is a 26.650 version of this puppy as well.
Oh, okay. Since we're on Panzer, I have a deal that I put up just yesterday. I'm going to put a link in the room. It is for the 26.650 black PVD style. Now, these come with the cheater tubes. What the hell is the cheater tube? Well, a cheater tube would allow you to actually, in this big monstrosity of a mod, allow you to run a battery as small as an 18.350. Who would do that? I don't know. But man, if you're in a pinch and you only got a 350 around, it'll work. But black PVD, I love the top on this. I love the white accents on it. It's a massive, massive mod. And, 26650 mods are all the rage. With all the black PVD drippers and K-funds and such out there, it matches beautifully. And if you don't use it to vape, you can certainly use it for a personal protection device.
Son of Sam, PVD stands for particle or vapor deposition. It is a finish that they use in gun stocks. It's very durable and looks great, feels great in your hand. It's got almost a light bit of grippiness to it without being rubbery or cheap feeling, So, no, really nice finish.
Right, and black. That's the next big thing in vaping is everything is going black PVD. I mean, they're putting everything. Now, it's not just black paint. This is not how this works. This is kind of like, if you know what anodization is for aluminum, it's almost kind of like that for the stainless steel. It's a stainless steel with the particle vapor deposition that adds a coating. It's not a paint. It's not something that's going to just chip off. It's something that's a little stronger than paint or enamel. So if you're into the big guns, get this bad boy. And I have to admit, it's $42. That's pretty expensive for Fast Tech, but I mean, these are big.
Now, I can't speak to ZenCoat because that is a trademarked process, and exactly what he's doing and how he's doing it, I can't say.
Yeah, but what I understand, ZenCoat is supposedly harder than Diamond. I have a ZenCoat.
PVD, I don't know.
I would say ZenCoat is far superior to PVD. Oh. That's what I'm going to say. His is something like nano something. He has a nano something. I forget. He told me to hang out a long time ago, but it's a very, very, very expensive and very, very, very hard to do, and that's why the Pro Berries that are in ZenCoat are extremely expensive.
Alrighty, well, let's move on to one I'm kind of excited about. Now, caveat, this is not an entry-level mechanical, okay? I'm going to be straight up about it. I've been hearing some things that aren't putting me off in the slightest, but I would hate to see somebody make this their first mechanical experience and have an accident. There is the possibility, if you're doing it wrong, of venting a battery with this. This is the 4.9 styled mech. What it does is it turns essentially any atomizer into a hybrid as you use it, because as you can see, and I'm going to bring my cursor over, in this top cap, there's no true 510 connection. There's just a big hole with 510 threading. Now what that does is it allows your atomizer to thread in there, and your positive pin becomes the battery contact. It's very important that your positive pin stick out farther than the threaded portion that is essentially your negative contact. If they both touch, boom. Okay, so you want to be using the right atomizer. You want to maybe look for an atomizer that has an adjustable positive pin. They also suggest using a button top battery to help reduce the risk of that. In essence, if you're setting it up right, this has the potential to be a great vape and a very compact vape, but make sure you set it up right. So that's the caveat, but for the money, I'm gonna grab one of these. I wanna see how this works, and I just love the compact stuff. I love that it'll be such a low profile because it's just taking out so much of the extra metal, right?
You just make everything sound wonderful when you talk about it.
Yankees, I don't see where a kick would well. Maybe, but I wouldn't feel comfortable with it because the kick, there is the possibility of it shifting a little bit. I don't know. I don't think I would go there. If you really, really want to use a kick in a mech, there's better choices.
Yep. Yeah, this isn't really meant for a kick, and we don't even know if it's kick compatible.
Yeah.
Not every mech in the world is kick compatible, but there's kicks used to be $50, so now they're $15. But I definitely wouldn't use a kick in the 4.9. That's just it's pointless because you're building. I don't think anybody's putting a 1.5 ohm or 2 ohm atomizer on top of a 4.9. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I guess you could do it, but it just doesn't make any sense.
And Phil the Vapor is not feeling very safe if they both touch. Boom. You know what? Like I said, this is not an entry-level mech. If you're just taking your first steps into mech mods and buildings, this probably isn't your best choice. This is for somebody who's comfortable. They understand batteries. They understand how the power flows in a mod, and they, are comfortable making the little adjustments and things like that. So, if you're just taking your first baby steps into mechs and building, don't go here. There's lots of great choices out there. But for somebody who's comfortable, check it out. Check it out. You might want to check into some button top IMRs though for it.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, what else we got?
I got a huge rollout last night. This is an older mod, but it's been a long time coming. The Congestus replica. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Congestus is, the Congestus was a massive. Give me one second. Give me one second. I have an admin hitting me up. The Congestus is a massive mechanical. It is a dual 26650 mechanical. It was the biggest mechanical of its day. It probably still is the biggest mechanical of its day because of its dual purpose. I had the real Congestus in my hands many months ago. This thing's a freaking beast. It is massive, and it's made by a company called Infinite, which Infinite is a prides themselves on quality and quality control. Now, what the hell would you do with 8.2 8.4 volts? Well, some people do that. They pump up the ohms and they vape at 8.4 volts through this bad boy. And some people are saying, 120 watt vape. This is a beastly mod. And it's at a great price. Now, the Congestus was extremely hard to find. It wasn't like this was a mod that was made and released and it suddenly got cloned. This mod's been out for probably a year.
Oh yeah.
And you can tell by its style that it's older with that side button like that. But
it's a little like the GG, really. It's like the GG's really big cousin.
Yeah, really big cousin. And but it's solid, packed. I mean, in its dual format, it's just a monster. And of course, you can use it in a single 26650 form too. But for those of you looking for a massively impressive mod and a massive vape, check this out at $59.99. I'm sorry, $58.99 over at VaporTech USA, and they do ship international.
Sorry, I was vaping when I should have been queuing up the next picture. All right, let's see what I got here. There we go. Okay, there is the link, and there is the picture. Stingray, more stingrays. We've been stingrayed to death, but this one is a little different. So I wanted to show you guys. It is the brass. It does have all 3 tubes, but it's got that design on it that we saw on the black coated ones, where the gold ones had that different design that was symmetrical and had the long portion up running up the tube. This one has that design that we saw on the black version. There we go. Let's Yeah, let's turn it into the camera. There we go. And you can see my terribly, terribly damaged manicure. So, well, you know, I just ran out of time. Didn't get to the nail polish remover before the show started. My apologies. But
That's okay. You're a rebuilder, baby. That's what happened.
yeah, that's what I'll say. I've been rebuilding all day. More like doing dishes. But box set, nicely done. All 3 tubes, brass, steel accents, $24 for the whole lot. So, you know, decent deal. So there you go.
Yeah, $24, 3 tubes. You're basically getting 3 mods. You know?
Well,
and
kind of, but you can only use one at a time. You need the caps,
right? But you know what? That would be cool if they just sold the top and bottom cap for like, you know, $5 each, and you could have yourself 3 mods. That would be really cool.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that come. That'd be a good idea. Okay, now it had been a while. We'll just move right along. Since I talked about any chargers, and Joe was kind enough to send me a Nightcore i2. I've been using a Nightcore i4 pretty much since I started using Nex and rebuilding. No complaints. It's a good charger. But I'm really pleased with the little i2. Both the 2 bays are on different channels, so you don't have to charge like batteries or pairs that are being used together, or you know. You can throw a totally different type in one bay than the other, and it's faster than my i4. These are great little chargers for $15. I totally recommend it to anyone. And there is a version. This one comes with the US style plug, okay? But in the post, if you click the link, there is a version as well that has all this and a car charger as well. So especially with summer coming up and road trips and camping, a great little charger to take with. The one with the car charger is about another, not quite $1.50. It's like $16.50. So.
Right. And the i2, pound for pound, technically speaking, the i2 is better than the i4. Because now, if you have an i4, and most of us have i4s, you know, if you're going to charge 4 batteries and you need a place, I mean, it's a great charger, but if you need fast charging, the i2 is far superior. Because you can't put 4 26650s in an i4. It just doesn't work. With an i2, you could put 2 26650s, any combination of batteries, and it charges quicker because the i4 just breaks the i2 into the i4 is basically I think each channel is 0.5 amps, and the i2 is, don't quote me here, 1 amp each.
And that's what I was hoping you'd remember, because I have a terrible memory for the stuff.
I believe the i2 is 1 amp per channel, which makes charging much faster. Now everybody's like, well, the Lucid eFest chargers are better. They are, but they're also more than twice the price. And don't forget, if you're charging your batteries at 2 amps, which the Lucid's able to do, you're going to kill them faster.
And Maculak, if you got this charger for $10.70 on Amazon, you got a hella deal.
Whoa,
well done.
Put this damn... Wait, VaporJoe link isn't working. What link are you talking about?
Well, let's be having a look here.
And I would love for somebody to put the link in the room for a $10 i4.
Turn your PC into a virtual cassette player and relive the memories.
Oh, well, I just hit it, and it worked for me. The link in the post, you mean, or the... No, they both work. The one I put in the room works. I don't know.
Interesting. Which link is he referring to?
Somebody said the VaporJoe link wasn't working, so I just tried the link I put in, and it worked for me.
Somebody just put a link in the room for a new LCD iCore 4. Look at this bad boy. They're expensive as hell, but they look freaking sexy.
With some of the best vocal jazz from all corners of the globe.
I'm sure we can find a place to beat that price. That is pretty expensive. But
there are deals to be had on eBay, but a lot of stuff on eBay is higher. Just, know your prices. Comparison shop for sure.
But I'm definitely going to check this out. This looks like a damn sexy freaking charger. And what's wrong with us to say damn sexy charger?
Yeah, vaping just breeds its own special brand of geeks, I think. But we're cool geeks, what can we say?
Hey, thank you so much for putting that link in the room. That was really, really cool. I didn't even know these existed.
Mm-hmm.
See, the users of the show help us out.
Oh, always, always. I mean, as involved as we are, like all day, every day, you still can't know it all. So I love hearing back from you guys. Okay. Well, we'll jump back into Max, and I'm just going to show this puppy off. We showed you the Ryzen styled Mac when it came out in black, but now it's out in the brass and steel combination. Something a little different. I mean, it was you who said it, Joe, about the fact that they're all just metal tubes. What changes is the decorating. And this one is, a little more different than a lot of them. There's something unique going on here. So if you're looking for something a little edgy, a little different, check out the Ryzen.
Somebody said it looks like it has the Space Ghost logo. If anybody saw the Space Ghost cartoon, the evil guy, it looks just like it. And It's really, really funny. Now, I had the opportunity to try Ryzen at Vape Bash. They're really, really nice mechanical. They are made of solid, I believe, aluminum. Oh, no, these are stainless steel. My bad. The ones I tried were aluminum. So this is actually better quality. And it hit very well. It was a nice mod. And his first thing to me when I picked it up and took a picture of it, he's like, don't clone it, bro. I'm like, man, I don't do that. I just was taking pictures of it to put on my Facebook when I was at Base Bash. And he that's what he said. It was kind of funny. But really, really nice mod. They have them in different colors over there too. So check out the Ryzen.
Ryzen.
You make it sound so much nicer.
All right. Well, you wanted to talk about a regulated device, Joe. What you got for us?
All right. So you thought you were special because you had a DNA 30 tube mod. Now, this is a DNA. What's a DNA 30 tube mod? Well, this is a DNA 30 tube mod. This is a DNA 30 tube mod. I guess you can call this a DNA 30 tube mod, even though it's a square. They're hard to find, and they're expensive. Really, really expensive. Well, Big Bamboo put that one in, but that's not the one we're focusing on because the one that I'm focusing on is a little cheaper. But you can check that one out. This is by Tobacco, and these are the DNA 32 mods that they have to offer. Now, these are not clones. Okay, see, this is the advantage to this device. The mod that shall not be named, it's a problem because it is a design and a trademark of a vendor. These are completely different. They're built from the ground up. They use I call it the Chai DNA, it's CHDNA 30. They mimic the DNA 30 very, very nicely, and the advantage is they're not one piece. They are it's like a head system where the top comes off, and I believe you could, if you wanted to, take the top cap off this, put it on the bottom. You take the head piece, kind of like the Big Nasty, where I could take the top piece off here, put it here, and use it as a mechanical. This was the original design for Tobacco. Now, they still have to make the bottom switch for it, and this was going to be like their version of a Cyborg. The Cyborg was a DNA 30 by Fluid Vapor that was basically, if you wanted to use it as a DNA 30, you can, or you can use it as a mechanical. And at $56.99, extremely cheap. Even right now, as its simple regulated version, I mean, you can't find a DNA 30 tube mod for under $250.
Mm-hmm.
These just don't exist. And like again, original design, no clone, just looks like a perfectly great DNA 30 tube mod. And this is over at VaporTech, an American company, ships to Canada and worldwide. So check that out. Great price.
Alrighty. Well, you guys were asking about them earlier, and we're talking about DNA 30s. So I will show you this. Now, there you go. It's a box mod. It reminds me of something else that I'm not going to say. And it is 30 watts, available for $56. So if the tube style is more to your liking, yeah, definitely the $56.99 for the one Joe was just talking about is a heck of a deal. That's already in North America. This one's coming from overseas. So, but if this is the form factor that you like, here it is, 30 watt. Yeah, now
Yes.
for us, exactly.
Now we call these 30 watts in an aluminum box because that's what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Now do these come with the LiPo packs?
This is the dual LiPos. Yeah.
Okay, they have the same exact battery life as a VaporStrong. 1200 mAh. Now you're like, oh my god, 1200 mAh, that's nothing. Actually, it'll last you quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
LiPos are a little bit stronger than 18, like our standard, lithium-ion batteries. They just have this little different chemistry. They're a little stronger. My VaporShark, which has 1200 mAh in it, lasts me a good 3, 4, or 5 hours, depending on how heavy I'm vaping. But my VaporShark also cost me, $169. This one is a little bigger than the VaporShark. Comes with full billet aluminum, has a little window, I believe, that covers the circuitry, and it just looks great.
Now, Maverick is asking, will they get one that takes 18650s? Maverick, I'm looking into my crystal ball to answer that one, but I suspect the answer is yes. They did bring out the DNA 20 version in both. They've brought out the LiPo first on this. I expect we're going to see an 18650. Now, I don't have that on authority. That's just a gut feeling.
Yeah, I mean, there are 18650 versions out there. They're just not at FastSec right now. They have ones that are hardwired, and then they have ones that are you just add your own.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of the ones that you add your own. Somebody wants to know what a LiPo bag is. A LiPo bag is basically a battery in a bag. Instead of it being wrapped up in a tube like a battery, it's just left in a little bag, and there's 2 of them, and they're sealed, and they just kind of put the thing on it, and they're good to go.
All right. Well, while we're talking about regulated devices, and we kind of alluded to them at the beginning of the show, so we might as well come full circle here already and talk about Provari again. No discussion of regulated devices would be completely complete until you mention Provari. And right now you can get a blem on sale price. Okay. Now blem, what is that? Okay, blem means blemished. It means it's not A1 to put out for full price, and they make those available at reduced prices. Most owners of blems are hard pressed to identify where or what the blem is. Like they're really, really good anyway, and perfectly functional, still warranted.
Wow, they restocked.
They did restock, and this is the exciting part. My picture doesn't show this because this was the stock they had when I did this picture. But right now, this moment, there is the hybrid version, which is the one that you see big in the picture there, black and white. But they have the black and red, and they also have zombie. So for those of you who are wild about zombie, you can get one right now at a reduced price, significantly reduced. So head on over, check it out. It's really the benchmark by which variable voltage is measured, and you better leave your Provari in your will because it will outlast you.
And don't forget, some of these come with different LEDs. Now, when you buy a Provari stock, a stock Provari will cost you anywhere between $179 and $249. That comes with a simple red LED. If you want to upgrade to a colored LED, which is like a blue or green, that's another $20. Now, so for example, I want a Blem stainless with a green LED. That would cost me $199 plus. It's on sale for $160. So you're saving $40. That's some, that's some cheddar right there. Certain mods look better with certain LED colors. Like my zombie, I always wanted with my zombie that I have, the green one. I have it with a green LED. I mean, it just only makes sense. Zen coats look great in any LED. They have them in blue and red. Now Zen coats are very expensive because they use the Zen coat system. I have one. They look like they're made of solid gold. They're absolutely gorgeous. And then of course they have the minis and the hybrids. I also have a hybrid too, but in the white and black.
Now, my understanding, Joe, I'm under the impression that the blems are covered by the year warranty, same as everything else, because there's nothing wrong inside. These are strictly cosmetic issues that make them a blem. That's right, eh?
Yes, eh? And yes, they're covered by the 1-year warranty. It's right there. You can also buy an optional 2-year warranty for an extra, I think it's like $20. And yeah, so
right on the site, Suzanne, let me give you that link again. Just one sec. I already had the next one queued up, so give me just a moment. I will repost that for you. There we go. Oh, now, and thank you, Big Bam.
Now, to give you an idea, I have... This was given to me as a gift from Heartland Vapes. I was blown away when he gave this to me. This is the Mini. This holds a 18350. This little puppy right here. One of the finest mods you're ever going to use. Now you're going to be like, what? I'm telling you. You don't understand what a truly good mod is until you have it in your hands. Now, I really made fun of Provaries for about a year and change of my vaping life. I thought they were useless, they were stupid, there's variable wattage out there, there's mechs with rebuildables. Why the hell do I want something as stupid as variable voltage? It's so old school. Because of the make, the fit, and the finish of a Provari, you don't understand it until you hold one in your hand. Like I said, I made fun of them, and now I'm about to own a 5th Provari, okay? So 5. I don't own 5 of any other mod. I don't even have 5 fucking Ego batteries. Okay? I have 5 fucking Provaris. Well, we'll have a 5th. And it's just set it and forget it. It works every time it's tried. It can be dropped out of your car. It's a wonderful, wonderful device. And if any new vapor, or any mod that needs to be in your arsenal, you must have a Provari.
All right, let's switch gears altogether.
Yeah, big
We've
time.
been talking a lot about mods, mechanicals, and regulated devices. Let's talk about atomizers. The Quasar. Now, we have seen replica Quasars already. I haven't seen one this nice. This one, instead of having merely the laser engraved finished, this one, well, it's probably still done with a laser, but it's deeper. You can see right in the picture, it's got depth to it. You'll feel that with your thumb. The finish on this looks really great, and as the owner of a real one, I was very impressed with what I saw in the pictures. I ordered one right away because I want to put them side by side and see what I think.
Yep.
So there you go. Get yourself a darn nice looking Quasar style RBA for under $10.
I bought 2 Quasars at VapeFest DC, and one I gave to Tiger. I paid, and it was considered a killer price, $70 a piece.
Yeah.
You can't find Quasars anymore unless you're going to pay 120, 130 bucks a piece more. I own a real one. Tiger owns a real one. I have 2 Quasar replicas that I bought from Fast Tech before this one came out. I think it was the brass and the original stainless. I can't really tell them apart. If what Tiger's saying is true, then we have a bit of an upgrade on our hands. And for $9.50, I mean, we're talking, I paid almost 10 times the price for the real ones. And don't get me wrong, the legits are the legits, and there are definite differences in terms of packaging, fit and finish. But in terms of how it works, it's almost exactly the same. So for $9, I mean, you really can't really go wrong. And these are almost impossible to find. Beef eater or carb loader or something. Joe, what is the juice for fat people? Nitro called it 2 weeks ago. Fat eater or carb loader? I have no idea, man. TextGirl3EB. VJ ProVara giveaway rules announced in email list. I haven't come up with the the rules yet because we're trying to figure out how we're going to do it. So no, you're on the right list. I just haven't done the ProVara giveaway yet. I haven't done the rules yet because we're going to do it. I'll tell you this much: we're going to do it on Vaping Underground because that's just the almost obvious place to do it, and we just haven't figured out how we're going to do it. So somebody's asking Tobe versus Quasar.
I'm afraid I haven't. I don't have a Tobe, and I don't have enough experience with the Quasar yet to have an opinion on that one. So I'll throw that out to the room to find out what the builders think.
The Tobe has heat shield on it. And I don't know if you guys know what a heat shield is, but it basically dissipates heat. It's supposed to help your face from getting burned. Basically, dissipates the heat before it hits your drip tip. Tobe looks really nice. Quasar has a very interesting airflow system, and Tobe, some people say, has a better airflow system. Depending on which clone you get, or if you have the legit, it could depend greatly on that. So, Tobes are cheap though, and then it came out. Now, Big Man put it in the room. Might as well talk about it. They have a big boy called the Big Brother Tobe 26650 in black or copper from VaporTech. Basically, if you have a 26650 mechanical, you now have a Tobe that will fit the bill. Basically, exactly the same as the little brother. It's just in a 26650 form. And for those of you who have a copper and or black mechanical in 26650 form, it matches perfectly for $18.04 shipped from the United States. Okay, Tiger, on to your next deal.
No, you're up. I'm just actually fixing something, so...
Oh, I'm up on the gripper?
Sure.
I don't know what you had next, so you're so much as surprised.
I put it in Skype for you, baby.
Okay, I haven't been there yet. Sorry.
Now, going from ultra expensive to ultra cheap, we have the Stealth mod. Okay, this is a cheap Stealth mod. It's not $6 anymore. It's $8. But the gripper is one of my favorite little devices. If you need a teeny tiny baby Stealth mod, the gripper is fantastic. It holds a Cardo. I know a lot of us don't use Cardos anymore, but Cardos, believe it or not, are still the number 1 selling vaping accessory in America.
Wow.
Yes. It's a little 18350 device. They've been out about a year and a half, and these used to be about $50. But basically, you just put a Cardo down in that hole, drip tips exposed, and you just fire that top button, and it's all like compact, in your fist. And it's great for things like movie theaters or when you want a little quick stealth vape, and it's just great. I mean, we're talking $8 here. $8. Over at Mad Vapes, they ship worldwide, and I think the coupon code ECF5OFF will get you 5% off that price of $8. So, I mean, it's cute, it's kitschy, it's $8.
Okay. Now, I do apologize. I was working in the background there. I will show you a picture of that stuff so that you guys know what we're talking about. A little behind the 8 ball, but, you know, hey, better Tiger late than Tiger never, right?
Oh, I like it when Tiger's late than when Tiger's never.
Alrighty. There we go.
Yeah, okay.
You'll get an appreciation because the 18350 is right next to it in the picture, so you get an appreciation for just how itty bitty these really are, because an 18350 is a small little battery.
Right. And like I said, these use the standard the XL cartomizers. Some of us still use them, and it just pokes all the way down there, screws in, and the drip tip is exposed. The battery goes right underneath the switch, and you just fire this little mod. And like I said, these were like $50, but 7-8 months ago, and now they're down to $6. I mean, $8. Really? Come on.
Wow.
Keep it in your car. Keep it, keep it in your pocket. Girls, great for your purse.
Yeah.
Quick vape.
Yeah, really handy little backup. And I love anything for the purse that isn't going to leak, right?
Yeah, and somebody's asking, what's the volts on this? Now, Country Pammy, it's a standard 3.7 volt device. And so you're going to use maybe a low res cartomizer on it, and you'll get, I would say, conservatively, 2 to 2.5 hours of battery life out of this. You'll run out of juice in your carto before you'll run the battery off of this.
Alrighty. Well, tools. This is one of the neatest little ohm meters I've seen come out. This one, it's a little more like we've seen the ones that take the small little batteries for cheaper than this. But I loved some of the features of this. It's a rechargeable, charges by micro USB. It's an aluminum box, okay? Comes in 3 colors, black, silver, and a pretty blue one that's in my cart right now. And I like how this one is laid out. I've seen too many of them where they've oriented it different. I'm going to bring my cursor over and show you. They've oriented it different so that the display here is essentially behind your atomizer, so that to read it upright, you're kind of looking through your atomizer or you're looking at it sideways. They did it right. They set it to the side. Your atomizer's over here. You've got the 808 connection if you need it, but and this one has Ego threading as well as the 510, so you can test anything pretty much you're using. So this one's a win as far as I'm concerned. Worth the extra money, and I just thought they were super cool. I had to share them with you guys.
And don't forget, for the unknown, it has the 808D connection on it too. For your old school vapors, it has a 510 and Ego threaded connector, which is in one, and then the next one is called an 808D for those who use 808s and 901s. So that's actually kind of cool. I haven't seen an 808D connection in a long time, but they put it on there. They also remind me of something out of Star Trek. I don't know why, but it just looks like a Star Trek device. I think it's that odd orange button.
Well, now, at first I was kind of like, really? But then when I looked at it, I'm like, that is going to be so easy to activate, and where it's placed, when I'm holding it, just doot, doot. And anyway, I thought it's kind of cool. So
808Ds, an 808 kit, basically, if you go to those places that sell those, they look like a pack of cigarettes, and they have a cardo and a battery. An 808D basically is a take a cardo, but invert the connector. So you're actually screwing the battery into the cardo rather than the cardo into the battery. 808 also uses a 901. It's the same connector, and a 901 atomizer, in my opinion, when it comes to bulk-made atomizers, is the best atomizer you can vape. They're known for their airflow.
All right. Well, now for the non-rebuilders in the group, everybody is familiar with the Nautilus now. It just keeps getting cheaper. This is a Nautilus style BDC. Now, I did use a stock photo. The link will tell you, the post will tell you. It does not come in the black box. It's plain packaging. But I don't know. Like, maybe I'm really, really too utilitarian or something. I don't know. Too pragmatic or something. I'm not going to vape the box, so I don't really care what the box looks like. As long as the atomizer inside works really well, I'm happy. And so you're getting this one for $16.92, and as long as you don't mind a plain box, plain packaging.
Yeah, you know, and I got an email from Aspire screaming at me about that post I did about Aspire when I said Aspire's telling us the clones are better. Well, if you go over the Aspire website, technically speaking, Tiger brought this up. Aspire is kind of telling us the clones are better because they're just saying the only difference is fancy packaging and the clones have thicker glass.
So
You're not really deterring anybody from buying a clone at that point. I mean, if that's the only difference, then buy fucking clones. I mean, that's just a no-brainer. It's like, oh, you can tell the difference. Our glass is thinner. Okay.
but our box is nicer.
Yeah, our fancy packaging, and it's got a scratch and sniff label on it. It's a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, who gives a shit? You know, I don't know. I'm not about presentation. I'm about results. And, you know, if these work as good as people are saying, then, you know, try it out. I have plenty of Nautilus tanks. I have, you know, plenty of the Nautilus heads, and I really haven't seen a difference. You know, if nobody told me it was a clone, I really wouldn't know.
Now, I did receive one of the ones from Fastech. I haven't received one of these yet. This one comes in the plain packaging, so there isn't going to be the scratch away number on the back to check. But I will tell you this, for those of you who haven't read that post or heard me last week, the one I got from Fastech, the very first thing I did is scratch that little gray box off, check the number at Aspire. It checked out. Aspire thinks it's authentic, so I'm going to go with that.
I'm starting to think somebody broke away from Aspire and just totally, you know, had the plans and they had it just made. You know what I mean?
Know.
Like,
and what factory these ones are coming out of, I don't know. You know, for all I know, they're all coming out of the same factory. I can't
exactly.
say, but that's $17. We'll take one. All right, Joe. What you got?
I got something
What
special.
you got, Joe?
I got the K-Fun Black Edition version 3. I'm going to put a link. I put a link in your Skype tagger for it, and here's a link here.
Yeah.
Now, we never talked about these before because Artemis was always an American vendor who never shipped outside the United States.
Mm-hmm.
He was an eBay-only seller, and he never shipped outside the United States because eBay's, you know, the eBay pricing and all that prevented him from doing it.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who don't understand what the Black K-Fun Edition is, Artemis, out of the United States, took the best parts of all the different K-Funs from all the different manufacturers and made the Black Edition. Now, oddly, the Black Edition is not black, but they are fantastic. They are to his specifications. And now he has the version 3s out that have a new drip tip, better airflow, higher upgraded stainless steel. And basically what he did, because he doesn't just sell the Black Edition K-Fun, he has the Atomo clones and the Trident clones. He tells the manufacturers the way he wants it, and then he gets it. And they're hard, it's kind of a clone of a clone of a clone of a clone. But in most K-Fun, I guess, clone communities, this is the finest, absolutely finest K-Fun experience you can have. And right now they're on sale for $39.99. Normally up as high as $49.99. And if you go on his pre-order list, which is like the second batch, I think you're down to like $34.99 if you don't mind waiting. and now he ships all over the world. So you Canadians out there that have been looking for these K-Funds, you can now get them.
We're in business.
And they are wonderful. You can check the reviews on them. Everybody from Kolsafar, if you know who Kolsafar is, he's a fantastic reviewer out of Dubai.
Zulfikar.
Zulfikar. Did I say Kolsafar? Zulfikar. All right, whatever.
That is Zulfikar.
Zulfikar, Smoking Nitro. They've all done reviews on them. They all love them. They think they're fantastic. And, if you're still vaping with K-Fun, pick one of these up. You won't be disappointed. I mean, it's at a great price.
Alrighty. Now, let me...
Sahil's in it.
Hey, Sah, welcome to the room.
He's thanking you for your $5,000.
Oh, well, you're most welcome. How is your vacation treating you? Oh, good. Lots of walkers. That's what I want to hear. Alrighty. Well, I needed to cut away for just a few seconds while Joe talked so I could fix something. Thanks, Big Bam, for the heads up. We are all fixed, and here it is, the Enigma. We've seen a number of different versions of this Enigma-styled RDA come out already. This one really caught my eye. I love how the laser etching came out on this. It almost gives it like a white line around the gray on the detailing. It looks deadly in the black PVD, and for less than $9. So you've got the 3 posts. They're drilled. It makes building so much easier, and a nice shallow deck. So you've still got that lip to hold the juice. Give the wick somewhere to draw it up from, but it's out of the way when you go to build, and that muffler style drip tip comes with.
If you look at Tiger's post, there's a bit of a typo.
Did I typo it? Even still?
Well, it says 873 on the graphic and on the title, but on the bottom it says 2150 ships free. So ignore that. It is real $8.73.
It is $8.73. Tiger has been losing a lot of sleep this week, so I do apologize. That one got away on me. I'm gonna fix that right now because I'm still in there. Yeah.
Well, regardless, it's $8.73 for the Enigma. Great little dripper. Reminds us a lot of the Omega, 3-post system. It's using screws rather than Allen keys, which I always like. Double O-ringed. It's just a good, a good dripper. You can put the dual or single coil builds on them, and that comes with the muffler style drip tip, and of course the Egyptian eye. If you look close, there's a little triangle carved in the rigid, and it's in the black PVD finish for those of you who have your black mods. And then they also, when you go to that link, they'll have a drop down with a ton of different finishes in black, stainless steel, and copper. I think they have a copper now. Yep, and a brass.
Yeah,
So-
our link takes you to all of the versions so you can see and compare what's going to match for you best. And I do apologize. A few of you have caught me on the spelling on the picture. Yeah, and you know why? Because so did they, and that's why my link broke. When they brought this out, they called it the Enigma, not the Enigma.
Angina, it almost
me-
sounds like some kind of condition.
And it does, doesn't it? And me being really tired, up way past my bedtime writing this for you guys, I just cut and pasted their title and didn't realize until the next day, and it was like, oh well, it'll be the Enigma. And then, of course, they fixed it and broke my link. So the link works, the picture's wrong. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, so they have currently 2 stainless steel versions. They have a black PVD, they have a brass,
Yeah.
and they have a gold-plated.
Yeah.
stainless.
Which is kind of nice, because for those of you who like that gold look of the brass but are sick and tired of the patina it gets and fast from being touched, the gold-plated is going to keep that bright, shiny gold look a lot longer than the brass will without treating.
Look at that. So what else you got for us, Tiger?
What else do I have? I have a deal for non-rebuilders, because I didn't forget about you guys this week. Let me just share that link here. There it is. And this is the Pro Tank 3 Mini. Now, I heard a lot of complaints about these when they first came out. People were saying the Pro Tank 3 just wasn't cutting it. It was not a good atomizer, good vape. They've improved matters, okay? The new heads are better. They learned from their mistake and did some corrections. Now, this one is a Pro Tank 3 style. Yes, there's 8 colors. Yes, they are glass. So for those of you like me who love your tank cracker juices, go. No worries. And if you have a few people to share with, or you really like having lots of colors at your disposal, you can get them as low as $3.75 a piece. It's $30 for the set of all 8, or you can just pick and choose which color appeals to you most.
Now, since the Arrow tank came out, they came out with something called the Kanger Upgrade Head. That sounds kind of funny, but basically, the Pro Tank 3 was a bust. It was a bomb. Nobody liked it because the head sucked until they came out with a upgraded version, and now they came out with the upgrade through the Arrow tank versions. When the Arrow tank came out, now we have the Megas and the Mega Minis and the Mega this and the Mega that. They have changed the format of their entire Pro Tank head line. And now the Arrow Tank style heads can fit in the Pro Tank 3s and above. So these could use the new Arrow Tank upgrades, and you get your bottom coil, dual coil experience. And I have to tell you, a fill-in vape gets no better than a bottom coil, dual coil design. I mean, long as the days away from the CE4s and the T2s and T3s, these really rock.
I've got a number of people who are just taking their baby steps in vaping, and I was thinking about getting the set of all 8, because at that price, what a great little tool to put in their hands, because I know one of them already is interested in my tank cracker juices, and she's using the e-VODs, and it's like, honey, that ain't going to work for you. We got to get you something that's glass. So I think we might have to go that route.
Now, here on VaporJoe's, we do make the mistake, both me and Tiger, me more than Tiger, thinking that everybody in the world vapes on mechanicals, rebuildables, and DNA 30s. Because, and it's stupid that we do that, because there are a bajillion vapors out there that still use ego twists.
Absolutely.
e-VODs. I mean, my brother went out. My brother, the brother of VaporJoe, went to a vape shop today and bought a kit. Okay?
No, really?
You know what I mean?
Well,
Right?
good, but
But I'm like, wait a minute, time out. You know what I mean? Like, my brother, like, I have a billion things.
mm-hmm.
And he went out and bought a Kanger e-VOD kit. Wise choice. Good price. He got it for $39.99. And then he handed him a Carter tank for $4. I'm like, all right, give me the Carter tank. We're going to put that in the garbage. Because, in a new vapor, he doesn't want a Carter tank anymore. You're using e-VODs or whatever. And we forget that, e-VODs on a twist is still, I mean, to this day, like this here, I have a little, little setup here. This is in my car every day.
I carry this.
I live with that thing, and we don't always have to have the biggest, the best, tons of rebuildables and all this. Sometimes a simple Arrow tank on a twist works perfect. You put it in your pocket, you're good to go. When you're home, you're relaxing, you're watching a movie, or you want to admire your setups, that's good. But we have to remember to run deals for ego twists and e-VODs and pro tanks. We have to remember that. And every time we do, they do very well. We get lots of traffic on those things. But
Country Tammy, I will let you know because I've been keeping an eye on them for the deals. And yeah, I mean these are great little clearamizers, the Martech MT3s. Absolutely.
Joe, you're pulling my leg on the way out of town, Joe. What does that mean?
A Martech MT3, Suzanne, it's very similar in function and form, really, to an EVOD. There's a few things about it that I might like just a little bit more. First of all, I love the look of it. I love the way. Let's see if that'll focus nice for us. I love the way that looks with the anodized aluminum. The tip is matching anodized aluminum. Okay, you can see your juice.
What? Right here too.
And they're just a little bit of a different look, but the same function, and I use the same heads. I don't fool around. I just use what I have on hand, and if it fits, I use it.
Yeah, I have two. I guess you call them two gross of standard ProTank heads, and I go on Fastech and I buy all the ProTank head compatible little EVOD, and G5, G7, whatever the hell they're called. I mean, they got a million of them on there, and they work great. I mean, even something like this, I have it on a twist. This is one of those just all plastic with a, and they use EVOD heads and ProTank heads. These things freaking rock. I mean, for portable vape, it costs like $2.
Yeah, I checked today, and these were back up to still reasonable. I mean, I remember when EVODs came out, and they were in some places you could pay almost $10 for an EVOD, 8 at least. These are 4 at regular price, and around New Year's, I think they were running them as cheap as almost $1.50. I got some stupendously cheap. They had the red ones on for I think it was 69 cents. So yeah, I will definitely be watching for the next deal on these. Don't you worry about that. And maybe I'll even put a bug in their ear that our viewers want to see a deal on these.
The absolutely shittiest setup you can buy today far outweighs any of the setups we had even just a year ago. I mean, the simple fill-in vapes that we have these days. I mean, we quit smoking on. I quit smoking on an Ego T. Terrible system. Nowadays, far better. And you get them for absolutely cheap, dirt cheap prices. I mean, you can get a setup to help somebody quit smoking now for $10. Full $10 setup. All you gotta do is buy the juice, and they are going to quit smoking. Just gotta get the right juice. So what else you got for us, Tiger? We got 7 minutes, and we have a major giveaway to do.
We do have a major giveaway to do, and I am through my list, Joe. So if there's something else you wanted to talk about, let's do it and get to the giveaway. Oh, thanks for that link, Z24. It looks right now like they've got they're not calling this one the Mars Tech, but it is a MT3 Clearmizer. I might run that tomorrow. Thanks.
I'm on my site right now. I'm on my site, and I'm looking at 421 people currently on VaporJoe's. Kind of blown away, a little bit blown away by the number. Just wanted to point that out. Oh yeah, here's something we didn't talk about: the Helmsman.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Coffee Nut, the Catomizer should arrive tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Monday.
So here's a link to what's known as the Helmsman. The Helmsman is, believe it or not, a 100% authentic H-Cigar homebrew 26650 mechanical. It's not a clone. You can kind of see where they got the logo from. It's kind of a little bit reminds me of a Caravella logo. Not really. They're calling it the Helmsman because it's kind of like you get the helm of a ship.
Yeah.
But 100% of their own mechanical, and we should praise China for coming out with their own designs. I really like this design. I like the pips on the top cap. I really like the adjustable. You can see the little screw in there. The adjustable 510 connector, and of course it's in the 26650 design. Bottom button, and uses uses magnets in the bottom button, and it's $34.99 from e-cig, and we know e-cig is pretty good with their quality assurance, solid stainless steel, and uses copper contacts for good conductivity. So I think this is a really nice, if you want to get into a 26650 device and you're not sure about clones, you're like, this is a 100% pure original design from e-cig. And I think that concludes our giveaways. I mean, our giveaways, our deals.
You've got the giveaway on the brain. Let's get to it. We made them wait so long. I actually forgot about it for a little while. I got it so into the deals.
But I have it right here. See, look, next to my face. 16 ounces of mellow melange. If you want to know how big this is compared to a 30 ml bottle, here we go. I'm just going to take another 30 ml in glass and put it next to it. Okay, this is a full pint or 16 30 ml bottles. Well worth, let's see, each bottle of Murdoch is $22. This is 16 times $22. So we're looking well over $300 worth of juice right here. This is for one lucky winner. This will be for anybody in the world. I will ship it out to you free of charge.
And for those of you listening, we're just going to give you like a scant couple seconds. If you are not logged into chat, get logged into chat. That is how you win. It will be randomly chosen from the people logged into chat right now. So hurry, 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 scurry, scurry, scurry. We'll give you just a couple seconds if you're not logged in. And then we're going to give that puppy away.
Now, for those of you, we will pick a random name. That person will have to give their zip code as the answer. So if
postal code in Canada, not the whole thing. We just need the last, we'll say 3 digits, right, Joe?
Right. Yes.
Just so that we know you're here, and so that we can verify that it really is you when we ship it out to you.
Correct. And then we'll give you an email address, and you give us your address, and we will ship it out to you, and you will have 16 ounces of that Murdoch goodness.
All right. Well, we've given you those few seconds. Everybody's logged in. So, shall we do it, Joe?
Do it then.
All right, here we go. Who's gonna win? Oh my God! Savvy.
Oh my God!
Savvy,
oh my God.
Are you in the room?
Hey, Savvy, you want to trade this for 2 Pro Berries?
We'll just give him a second. Yeah.
Savvy, do you really want this mellow melange?
The irony here is, for those of you who don't realize who Savvy is, that's CEV Rock. He runs and owns CEV store here in Canada, and coincidentally, he is the Canadian distributor for Watch for all of Murdoch's juices, and they just came in this week. So I'm just waiting to hear. He might not be listening.
I will give Savvy.
I think I
just give him. I'm going to give Savvy 30 seconds just to be fair. Just wait. He's got 20 seconds. You have to be fair. I mean, even if he's here, I'm almost positive he won't take it. But still,
this is it. I just didn't want to speak for him, but I'm rather certain he would tell us to.
Okay, so that was 30 seconds.
All right, we will re-roll, and I know he would have told us to anyway. So, are you ready? Here we go. Okay, one more shot. Who are we gonna get? Sin City LV.
Sin City LV, if you're in the room, you have 60 seconds.
There we are. Okay, let's see the last 3 digits of your, I'm assuming it's the zip code. There we are, 139. All right.
Okay, Sin City, are you in the United States?
Sin City LV, I think so, Las Vegas.
Well, I'm just making sure.
We got 139, so that's definitely an American zip code, not postal code, or there'd be a letter in there.
Okay, awesome. Please email cdnerds@gmail.com. Let me put this in the room for you. Okay, please email cdnerds@gmail.com. Again, cdnerds@gmail.com. Give me your name and address with the zip code you provided. And I will get this out to you on Monday. We'll ship it out, I guess, priority, and in a box, obviously. And you should have it in a couple days. You should have it by next week. And you have 16 ounces of Mad Murdoch goodness coming your way. Now, we do not do giveaways very often on Done Deal. I think this is our second in, like, I don't know, 8 months. But,
yeah, something like that.
and by the way, this isn't a sponsor giveaway. This was given to me, given to us, and this is a special. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but this is a special Joe Petner limited edition serial numbered version. So. Enjoy.
Congratulations, and yes, you will be enjoying Mel Melange and presumably sharing it with your friends for the foreseeable future. And Joe, you're banned.
I'm done. I'm out. I'm out.
Okay, that's all I'm going to say on that.
Now, I know we took some time with the giveaway. I know we're running over time, but is there any questions anybody has other than the fact that I stole something on their porch and was holding it for ransom?
Yeah, Joe, give back the garden gnome already.
Any questions?
Oh, son of Sam, I could actually believe that one. Stole his peanut butter.
Oh, I will totally steal your fucking peanut butter. So we have 196 people in the room. Some of you are new to the show. Did you enjoy the show? We definitely have a few new people in here.
And all for your musical pleasure. We'll play you only the finest music from some of the finest composers of the era, like Bach, Handel, Scarlatti,
Ashley Be
Altama,
Good is looking for someone who sells Fusion Vapor Juices. Does anybody know where she can find Fusion Vapor Juices? I don't. So.
Well, there's a website called Fusion Vapor, if that's what you're talking about.
She's looking for besides that site, she said. So if there's any other source for that?
Well, I don't know if they wholesale. You know what you do? You go on their website and you hit them up and ask if they wholesale and if they have somebody in your area.
Z28, I'm so sorry. You have to forgive me. I did call you Z24, and let me explain why. I used to drive one, so it just slipped out. So Z28, I apologize from the bottom of my heart. Oh, and Tammy's got a shopping list. Northwest Redneck, the metric version.
Somebody wants to know what the standard stainless steel grade is in China. I'm not sure about that. I know the standard stainless steel, and don't ask me why I know this. In the United States, is grade 304. Mm-hmm. It's your standard, everyday, good quality stainless steel. I am not so sure what it is in China, but they have there's 301, there's 304, there's much higher. Honestly, once you're at stainless, you're at stainless. I don't really know the differences in terms of, like, if it's 3XXX, if it's better than 304, but the average around is 304. So, and I wouldn't know the difference, to be honest with you, if I looked at it 301.
Son of Sam, I don't think you're a bad person, are you? Asking, Joe, will you take me out? Well, where do you want to go?
Yeah, where do you want to go, son of Sam? And are you a son of Sam? When me and Tiger get married, we're going to get married on Dundee. And we'll have a priest. We'll have a priest in the third slot, and wasn't Son of Sam a serial killer? Yes, he was. Yes, we're getting kind of off the topic of vaping, but Son of Sam was a serial killer. Yes, he was.
Well, hey, you said any questions, Joe.
This is true. All right, guys, we're at 2:35 a.m. in the morning Eastern Standard Time. It's 11:30 for Tiger. We got to get ready for tomorrow. We are off today, even though we didn't put a post up. I did hit 31 million. We were running around going a little bit crazy today.
We'll resume later in the day tomorrow, so don't worry.
We'll let Tiger sleep in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Noon Eastern, we'll be continuing our deals. Our days off are never really a day off. And please go to the link that Big Bamboo put in the room, our Google app, and don't forget, Vaping Underground should be opening in a few weeks. We're just dotting the I's and crossing the T's, and you will enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for coming out and watching Done Deal, VaporJoe's Live, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, you know what? They stuck with us so late. It's been such a fun night. I'm gonna give them what they're asking for. Big Bam has one question. Son of Sam has one question. We will field those. And Abby Kolchak, the mod with the anchor on it, is the helmsman. If you want the link one more time, go ahead and head on over to VaporJoes.ca. Sign up for the email later tonight, very shortly. I will be sending out an email to all our subscribers with the links we talked about and a recap. So you'll get everything in one nice little bundle waiting for you in your inbox in the morning.
That's right.
Okay, and those questions. Big Bam, what's with posting of the show? I've just been slowed down with that. We will catch up, Big Bam, not to worry. And this week it's on the docket to catch that up. We're caught up, but for last week. So, and Son of Sam, I don't think we can answer that question for you.
Wait, what did he ask? I'm going to look. Son of Sam, try roses, chocolates, and if that doesn't work, a baseball bat. Okay.
What? You did not say that. Oh my goodness.
No, if that doesn't work, chocolates, roses, dinner, wine, and if that doesn't work, there's a good juice from e-cig Outpost called Roofie Juice.
Oh. Okay, on that note.
Oh, wait, Susan wants to know her question.
About the vape case. How do you get the vape case off? She's having a heck of a time getting it off.
Oh, it is a pain in the butt. It does come off. You gotta kind of work with the edges, but that puffy stays on there really, really hard. So, I mean, once you put that on, expect it to stay on for a little while, but they do come off. Just don't break your phone.
Well, we wish you a good night, and we'll see you next week. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks for being here, and good night.
See ya.